Diamond Turner was a 21-year-old woman who hailed from Chicago's South Side. She enjoyed pink hair and was loved by her many family and friends. On February 28, 2017, Diamond went out for a night to Red's Bar on South Stony Island Avenue. She ended up at the apartment of a man she had been seeing, then 49-year-old Arthur Hilliard, a father of 6 adult children. Diamond was often seen at his apartment, where they would enjoy some drinks and socialize with his other roommates. That night into the early morning hours of March 1st was no different, it seemed. Until some time had passed, and Diamond's family became concerned. It wasn't like her to go that long without being in contact with her family. After they couldn't get a hold of her, they filed a missing persons report. A couple of days later, on March 3rd, Diamond was found. A garbage collector found her body placed in a trash can not far from Hilliard's apartment. An autopsy revealed Diamond died of asphyxiation and blunt force trauma to the head. Hilliard made his presence known during the investigation of Diamond's murder, showing up in the alley while law enforcement was there and even contacting her family. They started to become suspicious of him, especially when he asked them to meet at a nearby park 3 weeks later. They secretly recorded him while he tried to blame one of his roommates.
I'm gonna give you the whole story. Dad, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life except on TV. He hit again and bam! With the hammer again, his head went that way. Real blood was every man. She died at 5:50 a.m. that Tuesday or that Wednesday morning. I remember the day vividly.
He then told the family where they could find the murder weapon.
Just open that basement door. You're gonna go to that corner. Right behind that is the murder weapon, a big sludge hammer.
Diamond's family didn't trust Hilliard. He knew too many details according to them. The roommate Hilliard accused denied any involvement and pointed the finger at Hilliard, while giving his recollection of the night he last saw Diamond at their apartment. He said Diamond, Hilliard, and the roommates were all drinking together at the apartment on the night of February 28th. At some point in the night, Diamond got annoyed at Hilliard and went to a separate room. The last he saw Diamond alive, she was sitting on Hilliard's bed. He and the other roommates went to bed. They next woke to find a trail of blood starting from Hilliard's bedroom, through the hallway all the way to the back door. Hilliard said it was from a cut on his leg, though he never showed the roommates this cut. He also claimed that Diamond had received a call and left in a white car. However, the roommates noticed Diamond's shoes and jacket were still in the apartment. Hilliard was seen bringing a garbage can from across an alley and told the roommates not to touch it. He was observed sitting on the end of his bed, cleaning what appeared to be a hammer. He also carried his soaking wet mattress out and placed it across the street. In 2020, Arthur Hilliard was finally charged with the first-degree murder of Diamond Turner and held without bond after DNA testing results connected Hilliard to Diamond's murder. Despite the primary suspect, a lack of concrete evidence, including DNA results, allowed Hilliard to remain free to harm again. The delay was a result of a massive backup in the state's police crime lab. Testing eventually revealed that Diamond's blood was on a floorboard of Hilliard's room. A year and a half after Diamond's murder, and before his arrest, Hilliard was involved in another homicide. 52-year-old Andra Williams, who was wheelchair-bound, was stabbed 8 times in the neck and head and left in a shopping cart in September of 2018. Hilliard was recorded by security cameras pushing the cart with the body into an alley on the west side of Chicago. He pled guilty to concealment of a homicide and was sentenced to less than a year in jail. Hilliard is also a potential suspect in another stabbing at an apartment complex in 2019 that resulted in death after an alleged argument, as well as another stabbing death near a building Hilliard managed. Arthur Hilliard remains behind bars in Cook County Jail, awaiting trial. Community activists and many others believe Arthur Hilliard may be responsible for some of the dozens of unsolved murders of mostly women of color in Chicago, many of which were strangled or asphyxiated and left in alleyways, abandoned buildings, or dumpsters. In April 2019, the FBI and Chicago police formed a task force to review the cases of at least 51 strangulations since 2001. In 2018, 13-year-old Isaiah Roberts was moved by all the missing women of color posts she saw on Instagram and Snapchat. So much so that she inspired and helped form what has become an annual event, the We Walk for Her March. The march occurs every June on Chicago's South Side in an attempt to bring much-needed awareness and attention to the missing and murdered women in the city. Diamond Turner's case is the only one that has seen an arrest. Thank you for watching Justice Calls. Are you listening?